Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I haven't done a video in a while. Well, these specifically, but just got myself one of the JVC's last VCRs to be manufactured, an HRJ692U. My late friend, Mr. Manuscript, actually had something like this, but it was one digit off. Instead of J962U, it was J963U, and I think that was a Canadian model, because I haven't seen one in the US yet before. And let's take a look at the front. JVC's last VCR model. Well, I'm not sure if it was the last model, but it was one of them. And let's take a look at the inside. And it's not really too much of a review. I just want to talk about it because this was the last VCR, standalone VCR ever made. I think it was the last one, but I'm not too sure. I just want to talk about how it was built and all that, and I need you, and I'd like to hear your opinions on it as well. So this was the last. I don't think it was it the last standalone VCR mechanism? I think so. Before Funai kept making its DVD combos. Well, I would like to hear your opinions on if this is better than the Funai mechanisms that were found in the VCR DVD combos and standalone VCRs as well. And I can't really tell if this was actually built by JVC itself, because let's take a look at the electronics so far. Now, I actually know how to replace power supply capacitors, and I know which capacitors are good and which ones are bad. And are these ones good? And here's the answer: no, they are not. This is what's in these. This is the capacitors it uses for the power supply, and I think for all the others as well. Let's see if I can really get it in here for you. It's a can't really read it from here, but it's one of those cheap made in China capacitors, lead-on. I've seen these before, and doing some research on these are not high quality capacitors, unfortunately. I'm not gonna switch them out because I need to save some capacitors for other projects, and there's no problem with the power supply whatsoever. And let's take a look at the build quality. You know, just like every 2000 VCR, plastic parts everywhere and all that. And a typical VCR head drum you would see during those times. And I remember getting an SVHS equivalent of one of these, and it didn't work because the idler assembly, when I tried to press fast forward, it just made some weird loud grinding sounds. I don't know why it was doing that. I actually posted a video of that issue. I'll put it in a link in the description. And as you can see here, besides that problem, the mode switch on this one, I've never seen a mode switch problem on these before. So those typically don't go wrong, I don't think, from my perspective. The only thing I did is, it actually did not need a cleaning, surprisingly. All I did was lubricate every moving part that is. And you might be thinking about, and on this one, they not a single known name brand was used, even from capacitors to loading motors. Loading motors? Yeah, loading motors as well. Let me show you the loading motor on this guy. Hold on, let me just pretend it has. I'm gonna load it manually, and then I'll pause it, and then I'll unplug it and show you what I mean. Alright, now let's get in here. and see what, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Here we are, here we go. Here's the loading mode on this one. That's totally not in Mabuchi motor now, is it? I actually know the manufacturer of this, these loading motors. Hold on, let me get a genuine, an actual Mabuchi motor and compare it. Okay, it's not what I was looking for. I thought I had like a spare one that was very similar to that one, but this is one of the only Mabuchi motors I have right now. If this can maybe cooperate. So here's, come on. So this is the Mabuchi logo. And here is the knockoff logo. Okay, so this loading motor was actually made by a Chinese company, which I've done some research on. Hopefully I can pronounce it right. It's called Weijian motor. That's what the company is called. I can't say it. Okay, hold on. Shenzhen Weijian motor. And they were introduced in 1995. They just make DC motors and all kinds of motors. And intentionally ripping off the Mabuchi logo. They didn't exactly take the logo itself and flip it upside down. There is like a little bit of a difference there, you can tell. And they just ripped off the logo and just made their own logo. It's pretty similar to that. And what do I think of these motors? Well, actually, I've never seen any problem with these. They're actually pretty decent in my opinion, from my experience. They've actually made cassette drive motors, and they actually did just as a good job like as the Mabuchi ones they actually made as well. Mabuchi actually made those as well. So did them, and they actually, from my experience, it's a pretty good quality in my opinion. The only thing I had to do on this little guy here is just I had to just put some oil on the motor bearing and somehow get some oil into the back bearing as well. It was kind of noisy, so just one drop of oil per bearing, and it's now whisper quiet. But overall, yeah, I think this VCR was made like that just due to cost and all that. They couldn't use like Mabuchi motors and all that. I think I have seen this VCR chassis use a Mabuchi motor in another video, but I'm not sure if what it is. It might have been Mr. Manuscript's video, but I could be wrong. But on this one, they decided to use a Chinese-based DC motor called Shenzhen Weijian motor. They're pretty high quality in my opinion. I mean, it's a DC motor. Well, there are some low quality DC motors out there, but these aren't, in my opinion. Like I said, I never had a problem with these whatsoever. Alright, enough talking about that. That's the loading motor right for you. So let's test the VCR out and see how it works for you. Okay, here we go. Let's see how she works. Like I said, whisper quiet now. It used to be noisy, but now it's whisper quiet thanks to the oil I put on the motor bearings. And this one, the fast forward and rewind function works fine with no issue. rewind. That works fine as well, and let's eject. Nice and smooth, so that's good. Now I want y'all opinion on if this mechanism was built better than the latest Funai ones, or do you prefer this one? Let me know in the comments down below, and that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to talk about this mechanism and all that, and see what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Be kind, rewind. Oh, and I totally forgot to show you guys the bottom side. So here's the bottom side of the mechanism, if you guys are curious.